Hey, all you jesters and future jesters out there. I'm going to do another video on the Basic of Basics series here. And yesterday we were doing these here, and I'm going to go ahead and stretch these out. We were doing our pressure plates. Let me count these off. See, I know that the power, like I had said yesterday in this video, don't really mess with these two too much, but I know they do put out less power because they are weight dependent. Their uh, their output or their pressure sensitivity is a lot different than the other two here. So as you can see, it doesn't put off a lot of redstone. This one's about the same versus these two. Let me go here. Is it still powered? Nope. It has to be powered right there. This one the same way. See that? Like I had said in the video, I will teach you guys what I know. Well, this is one that I don't really even mess with, so I don't really know much about it. But that's that. Those ones are a lot different. These ones here, full 15s. Those ones there, 1. Alright, so let's go on with some more basic stuff. In the last video, I will go ahead and cover it again. This here was to show the differences in the two buttons and their pulse length. This is transparent, and the fact that redstone cannot pass through it. This here is a repeater causing the redstone signal to go through a block. This is inverting signals. This one here, I don't know why the lights are there. Oh, the light was just there to block that. Okay, I think. I don't even remember what that was for. Alright, and this here is just to the, well, it's actually, yeah, it's just, I think, it's just to show the basics, that, how long each one, you know, the different, or do the different inputs, and the fact they all have 15. We have our signal going up and down. We got our torches going up. Slabs going up, but not able to go down. So I'm just, when I do these things, I kind of wing it with whatever, you know, comes to mind as far as what needs to be covered. But let's go ahead and start on trying to think of I'm wanting to keep these things as basic as possible to start out. Oops. That should be wide enough. I'm going to cover some more inputs in this video. And this one would be a good one to do. Now this one here is a good thing to use. I just don't tend not to use it that much because the pulse is actually really quick for this thing. Oops. It doesn't last very long, which is nice in some of the creations that I've made. It lasts a little bit less than a button would. And you can basically repeat that shortness with a monostable circuit. We'll get to those eventually. I guess I'm going to jump into, hopefully I'm not missing anything. I was working all night, so I am a little tired, but I just needed to, I feel the need to continue this series. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to jump on a couple more things with torches. And the fact of this here can basically, let me bring buttons back here. And basically a very easy way to go down with a signal, or like I've used in some of my things where you just can't have a redstone signal going over like tracks or something. I've used them on the minecart rails. It's a good way to keep things suspended away from stuff, and you can just drop the signal down to it. Saves on, clutter where you're putting a lot of blocks instead of placing a lot more blocks. You just use a torch and some redstone and just drop your signal down. With torches, we'll do basic stuff with some torches here. Now, torches every direction. And this goes for all of the inputs. As far as the directions, and they go up, but they cannot power down. Now with buttons and stuff like that, you have this, and it's basically, they'll do below it. Let me do change this out. That there, and it'll do all directions. You can do below, a block above, and it'll do up above. Levers are the same way. You can put a lever down here in the middle, or you can put the lever up here on the block, and it will power below. I think a lot of the stuff will, like a lot of the buttons, stuff like that. That one's not powerful enough. Let me get back. pressure plate. A good way to have your redstone hidden for a door is to run it the same way. Just run it underneath. It can power a block below it. So that is actually very helpful when you want to hide something. It's very useful. Let's see. Yeah, let's see. Torches, they do that. Let's see, what do we got? I can set something up. Don't know why I went into crouch mode. Fly. Why are you not flying? Alright. Redstone here. Repeater here. Actually, I gotta get rid of that redstone. No, not that one. A repeater can also power blocks below it. If you're sending power through a block into a repeater, or just sending a power in, if you're sending a signal into a repeater, period, and you send it into a block that's above redstone, that redstone will also get powered. And it goes with the comparators as well. We will get into comparators. People have big misconception when it comes to those. They are very handy. It's just people don't use them because they don't understand them. I was one of those people. Not too long ago, I was not using those things. Because I just didn't get them. Let me see. What else? I think that would do. I'm thinking probably tackling some of the basic switches that we can do right now. It does help that we can't do redstone right now, or without redstone with repeaters right now, but it's coming eventually, I'm sure. I mean, I don't know when, but I know we're getting them. It would just help if we had them. This is one that I use a lot. I tend to, I haven't used it too much lately because stuff I've needed, I need a solid signal, and this tends not to do a solid signal. It bounces back and forth a few times before. Why did I do that? Oh, I'm still in crouch mode. Before the torch, the button, or whatever you're using turns. Oops. I want to see it. Alright. And you're going to need, that's one use for a comparator, is reading the measurements off of an item with a block in it. So you get that flickering because the time that it takes that button to run its cycle, this thing has the ability of passing that block back and forth a couple times. Now right now, that has something in it. It's powered just a little bit because it's got one block. But what this does is this is a T flip-flop. T flip-flop allows you to basically turn a button into a lever. It is very useful, has many uses, and it's used in a lot of builds. And like I use mine, they're tripped by a pressure rail that or detector rail on the top. Run the signal down and so on, and activates the switch. I guess I should probably go ahead and get into comparators, because of the fact that some of these switches use comparators, and we'll go ahead and we'll mess with some comparators here. Alright. Actually, it'd be easier just to do it this way. Alright, now this way we have 15, because it's going to read whatever signal is coming into it, and it's going to basically, it shouldn't be 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Dang, yeah, 15. One block. Yep. Okay. So, it's going to power 15. And because whatever the input is, which is going to be a maximum of 15, it's going to output that signal. Now it will do that as long as input A is greater than, say, input B or C, because your input over here, let's make that one a little bit bigger. Now if I were to change this input to be longer than, say, B, interesting things going to happen. Yeah, I was like, did I make it longer? Yeah, now that your input A is not is longer, is less of your signal is less than signal B, it now shuts off. Now, when it comes to the other mode, this has another mode. When it comes to the other mode, it's still not going to do it. However, when this thing is getting powered up here, it's going to take your two signals. Let me get rid of this for a second. Now I'm confusing myself. Alright, and you're going to basically, what it is it's, put that block back. This is subtraction mode. And you have your 15 coming in, and it's going to want to subtract. So you have 1, 2, so that would put it at 14. So it's going to take away 14. And it'll leave you with 1. Now, something that I started using on one of my other builds. See right here, the signal's a little longer, so you're going to end up getting 3. Not sure if I can do it this way. Yeah, let's see, change that to, oh, there. It basically sucks everything away because it's 15 going in A, 15 going in B. And a simple little one that whoops, not there. I had covered this in a encoder decoder, so I'm going to go ahead and do it again because it's a fun little thing when it comes to these things. It's a really cool thing. That should work, I think. I don't know if it, yeah, it's not gonna, well, this one will power it, no biggie. Oops. In a lot of my builds that I've used comparators, mainly item frame, I've used them to read the item frames. Oops, didn't want to block that one. And on this one, it's going to be reading, so we got to put power there. Put a comparator here. I'll just put 2 redstone blocks there. Oh, wait a minute. This one, yeah, this one over here, put it in subtract mode, which it is. Okay, it's getting its power, which is 15 coming in. Actually, this will probably, let me count this out. It'll probably be easier to understand if I count it out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then instead of this, we'll put this. And item frame. This is an easy way to understand these things. Oh, that's one thing that I don't need. I ended up putting, I had it set up backwards anyway. This one gets the redstone powered in, not that one. Let me see. I'll put some torches here. I think I might be a little too close. Yep. Power that one. Oh, wrong way. That one doesn't have to be in subtract mode because that one's already in subtract mode. And then I took away lamps, but I'll go ahead and get those back. I can't remember if it's gonna power up to, yeah, it's gonna power up to them. Oh, actually, it's not even gonna work anyway. Yeah, if I did these with blocks, it would work. But I can't really do it like that. But, basically, it's the reason it's able to cycle through these is because this one here is powering it at, right now it's at level 7 or level 8. So this one is putting out the power of 8 into this block. And this block is powering this one and this one up to a power of 8. Now, it's also sending its signal into this one, which is got its 7 coming in from input from the B side, which has the which gets compared with the signal coming in from A, which is 15, and it's going to take and subtract the difference. So you have, and it's going to input or output. It's going to have an output of whatever the difference is between the two signals, which is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and that basically allows this last one to stay on, because it can't with the next it would take level 7 for it to make it up to the top of the block. Now, if, say, this block wasn't here, this repeater wasn't here, it would have no problem going up there and shutting it off. But that's pretty much an easy way to see the subtraction mode on a comparator. Is with the encoder decoder, as well as what I was showing you with the torches laid out the way they were. But let me go ahead and do a different setup here for the comparators. It's going to be with hoppers because people like using the hoppers and builds, but this is not going to be like that one. This is actually still on, we're still covering the comparators here, but like with my item sorter, it uses locked items and a filter. Now I'll cover that when I do hoppers, but 22 items, oops, not 23, 22 items will put out a signal strong enough, and it's basically only going to be, yeah, that's okay, wait a minute. Alright, and if I added another item, well, I'll go ahead and put that right there. Now right now it's not powered. I add one more item to take it up to 23, and it all of a sudden gets powered. Now this actually can change. I don't remember at all what the numbers are. I know hasn't gotten there yet. I can't remember if it's a full 22. So it would be 4. Yeah, what am I doing? Yeah, 44. And then do 45. It might have to be a full stack. I don't ever mess with them this high, so. Yeah. Alright. Alright. And the more items you add in, the more powerful that hopper is going to become. Now, with it being the 5 slots, you can make them pretty powerful. But there's not really much use to completely filling up a hopper with, 5 stacks of items. One that I could think of is just having a simple button to open a door or something like that, but I can't honestly say because I've never used them fully stacked. Let's see. Not too sure there's much. I mean, there's more builds that I can do with the comparators. I guess I can go ahead and do it because some other stuff, because it also covers these T flip-flops. But let me go ahead and get rid of some stuff here. Bring in dropper. Dropper here. No, dropper here. Go into crouch mode. This. And gonna need a block here to catch the block when it gets spit out. Now this is going to get powered. Let's go ahead and put that there. Go into crouch mode one more time. Not for that. For that. Now what's going on here? Block. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, it's right here is where the block is. But when it started, it was up here. And it spits out the block into there, which flows into this dropper here. Sorry about that, guys. I had to step away for a minute. I did this while I was listening to a conversation. Doesn't mean anything. Alright, now, this is basically another T flip-flop. And turns a button into a lever. But, I'm thinking we're going to end up covering some T flip-flops. But hopefully you guys get the gist of what's going on with a comparator. Let me go ahead and do one other one. Well, actually, I already did it over there with the item frame. Basically, you can get power from a lot of the items. As far as the hoppers, droppers, dispensers, item frames. In the regular Minecraft, they have it so mobs can now emit a signal, so they can basically carry on things right there. I'm not I've seen a couple of videos on it. I'm thinking that you can do it with, it basically works. They work like redstone wire. But if you had a mob stand still, I'm kind of wondering if you could use a comparator to read a signal off of them. But that's basically it for the comparators. So I'm going to go ahead and continue on with some switches now. Fairly easy one to do is a monostable. Let's see, we'll do this. Put a. Don't really want to do it that way. Shoot. Yeah, because that's going to end up powering it. I don't really. Oh, God, I'm drawing a mind blank right now. I'm having a brain fart. Oh, gosh. My brain just doesn't want to work for some reason. Actually, I'll do it like this. This will work out. Don't know why I didn't swipe that away. Oh, stop it. Alright, well, basically, yeah, that's going to end up doing it the same way. Yeah. It's just basically going to work like a pulse extender. Keep it on anyway. Why did I do that? Yeah, that's just got to stay on. Alright. Doing it wrong, but I don't know why. My brain just does not want to work. I just started using this one not too long ago. I tend not to use it because of the fact that it's... Yeah, that's what I thought. It has, that repeater has to go there. Because of the way the wire is exposed, I don't really use it. But I used it recently in a build. There are other versions of this, doing a monostable like this. And basically a monostable, it allows for a fairly quick pulse. And that's very useful when you need to trigger something, with a quick pulse and then turn back off. And let's see, we'll do one that I use a bit. So you don't need that. You don't need block there. Going to need repeater here, 4 tick into a block. And put a torch here, that there. Now that torch is not going to stay on, so I mean, you can do a repeater here, or I just tend to run redstone into it and get another quick pulse. There's a couple other monostables too. You can basically set this up in a one wide design. I just tend not to do this one because the torch is. I mean, you can do it without the torch exposed. I just tend not to. Oops. And let's see, we can go ahead and put that there. Put that there. Oops. Oh, yeah, I gotta curve it down. Actually, it needs to come down back here. Yeah, never mind. Alright, oops. Alright, that one's going to be off in a second. Now, basically, this can be, this torch can be hidden. Let me go ahead and put a, oops, not that. We got our little monostable there. Let me see if I can come up with a little way of hiding. Shoot. Actually, I can. Go ahead and put our torch here. Put our button there. A redstone here. Our repeater here. And what this kind of does is it's actually using, it's kind of going to have that design and this design right there. And let's see. Go ahead and put block. Oh, not that. Put a block. That's not needed there. And as far as doing this here, yeah, I know there's other ones that have everything where you can hide it. I haven't really used them because I tend to stick with my droppers and hoppers, but let me see. Got that. Oh, didn't go up.